All right, good afternoon, everyone. We are going to go ahead and get started. We have a few visitors with us this afternoon. Ms. Taylor, did you want to speak first, or do you want me to jump right into it?
You can go ahead with your budget meeting and I'll stick
Okay,
around to the end.
okay, all right. All right, you all, I will act as the chair this evening. So good evening, our Go Team meeting for Continental Colony. Welcome to our Go Team meeting for Continental Colony, where we will follow the agenda as it has been emailed and publicly noted. I would like to remind everyone that this is a meeting of the Go Team. Only members of the Go Team may participate in the discussion. Any members of the public present are here to quietly observe. For members of the Go Team, please identify yourself when you speak. I am pleased to call this meeting of the Continental Colony Go Team to order at 4:40. Our first order of business is to call roll. The secretary will now take roll.
This is Tracy Aston. I will now take roll. Kristen Horton,
Present.
Miriam Jamay, Big Girl Carr, Marquisha Sanders, Cecilia Battle,
Here.
Tahita Uthman,
Here.
Carolyn Strozier,
She's logging on now.
okay, thank you. Jocelyn Gore,
Here.
Carolyn Strozier,
She hasn't come into the room yet.
I will wait on Ms. Strozier to say present. And once she's in, then we will have a quorum.
Okay. Ms. Gore, do you know if
Strozier,
was she able to get in, Ms. Gore?
I'm outside with tutorial kids. You want me to run back inside?
That's okay.
Okay, okay. Yes, ma'am.
We can keep going, Ms. Aston. So
okay. So at
we
this
will
time, we do
only,
not have a
okay,
quorum.
okay, thank you.
Mhm.
We do not have a quorum present, so we need a majority of Go Team members in attendance to vote on the agenda items. Having a quorum protects the school by preventing a very small number of members from taking action on behalf of the entire school. We will proceed with today's discussion and information items. Action items will be tabled until a quorum is established. So we will move to, oh, here she is. Ms. Strozier?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, she's present now, Tracy.
Okay, yeah, I'm
Thank
here.
you.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Sorry for my tardiness.
That's okay.
Thank you. At this time, we do have a quorum.
All right, so we will move to our action items. The first order of business is to approve the agenda. This was provided to you and copies are here, and there's a copy on the screen. Are there any changes to the agenda? There are no changes. May I have a motion to approve the agenda? May I have a motion to approve the agenda?
Approve.
A second?
I second.
All in favor, please say aye.
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 All opposed, please say nay. Any abstentions, please say abstain. All right, we will move to review our meeting minutes from our last meeting. Oh, what's up on the screen? All right. These are our meeting minutes from our last meeting.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Ms. Jermaine. Ms. Ashton, Ms. Jermaine is present as well.
Thank you.
Ms. Jermaine, we are reviewing and approving our minutes from our last meeting.
Okay.
So are there any corrections to our meeting minutes from our January 29th meeting? If there are no further corrections, may I have a motion to approve the previous meeting's minutes?
Approve.
A second?
Second.
All in favor, please say aye.
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 All opposed, please say nay. Any abstentions, please say abstain. All righty. All right, now we will move to we will come back to action items after we have a discussion of the budget. Now we will move into our budget discussion. So thank you everyone for attending tonight. We are on step 4, the Go Team feedback meeting. So I will share our current budget and then you will provide feedback and then we will move back to our action items. So first we'll start off with the strategy and budget alignment and the strategic resource allocation. Hold on one second. I'm sorry about that. So the last time we met, we finalized our strategic plan, and so you can see our strategic plan on the screen. And we also ranked our priorities. And so we ranked, you can see our ranked priorities on the screen. So I will start with the first one. Number one was implement a whole child system of supports that integrates social emotional learning, behavior, wellness, and a comprehensive academic intervention plans. And so what that looks like for the 26-27 school year is implementing the use of SEL, individualized behavior interventions, targeted interventions at Tier 2, intensive interventions at Tier 3, weekly data meetings, collaborative planning, and professional learning based on the need for these actions. So whatever need we see as we're implementing those actions for professional learning, that will be implemented as well. For objective number 2, creating systems to ensure students feel safe in all areas, including the building, transportation, and engaging with faculty and staff. So what that looks like is creating systems for student safety. It means building predictable procedures and consequences, visible adult presence, relational trust, responsive follow-up so students feel physically protected and emotionally secure everywhere they go. And professional learning will take place based on any need for these actions. 3, improving teacher efficacy and literacy development in other core content areas. So that looks like a shared vision for instruction, a continued shared vision for instruction, high quality ongoing professional learning, strong PLCs, instructional coaching that builds capacity, weekly daily meetings, data meetings, protected instructional time, and a culture of learning for adults and students. Number 4, we discussed implementing opportunities for students to apply critical thinking, inquiry, and problem-solving skills to cultivate innovation. And so what that looks like is a shared vision on classroom thinking, inquiry-based literacy instruction, problem-based math instruction, project-based learning opportunities, structured academic discourse, and assessment that reflects thinking, not just recall. And lastly, we discussed utilizing flexible learning tools, technology integration, and targeted instruction to personalize learning. And so what that looks like is flexible learning structures, targeted instruction through MTSS, intentional technology integration, student goal setting, assessment-driven adjustments, and learning pathways. So are there any questions over those, our top five ranked objectives? All right, so I'm going to jump into the budget. The focus area. So I'll again share that focus area, that objective. You'll see how much. So for the FY27 school year, how much money was or resources were allocated for that particular objective as well. All right, so on the screen again, you'll see our 5 top priorities. And what I've done is outline mostly positions, some professional learning for that particular area. So if we start with the first whole child, the FY resource recommendation for that is continued clinical therapist, MTS coordinator, behavior specialist, math specialist, reading specialist, and school counselor for a total of $809,095. When you look at our second objective around creating systems of safety, again, that clinical therapist, MTSS coordinator to ensure that student behavioral needs as well as academic needs are met with that behavior specialist, school counselor, and additional non-instructional paraprofessional for a total of $611,051. When we look at strengthening our team and improving teacher efficacy, we're looking at an ELA instructional coach, math instructional coach, and a partnership with a teaching lab partnership. We started that partnership this year. We would like to continue that partnership. And in that partnership, the teaching lab supports our ELA coaches with the new rollout of the ELA standards as well as a new curriculum. And so they partner with us to support our coaches in order for our coaches to support our teachers. In the area of we are sparking student curiosity, so implementing that critical thinking, again, that ELA coach, math coach, as well as that partnership. And lastly, using flexible learning tools, technology integration, and targeted instruction. Again, that MTSS coordinator to ensure we're meeting the needs of our students. Math and reading specialists, again, those students that need that additional support to close any learning gaps, and the partnership with Teaching Lab. Any questions? All right, so the FY 27 proposed use of staffing and non-staffing allocations, I'll go over that for this next section. So in a minute, I'll show you on the screen, you'll see our baseline, which is what the district recommends for staffing position. And then in some areas, we have flexibility. So you may see a number in red, which means we've used that flexibility. So I'll go through those positions with you. You'll also see, so you'll see the baseline, you'll see staff, meaning what we are proposing to staff. You'll see the difference in any comments I have made. All right, so again, on the left-hand side, you see position. And then in the second column, baseline, and then you see staffed. And the difference column, that's where that flexibility is being used. So if you see for kindergarten, the baseline is 3, we have staff 2. So we're using that flexibility to reduce a teaching position at the kindergarten level. Typically, when we start the school, even to this moment, we do have lower enrollment in our kindergarten grade level where we could use 2 teachers versus 3. You'll see first, second, and third are pretty much we've done at the baseline. At the 4th and 5th grade level, typically, like we've always done, is have an extra teacher there to support those any kind of learning gaps and the class sizes. For EIP, you can see we're baseline at 0. This year, this is the same amount of EIP teachers we have this year, and we would like to keep that same momentum going for next year. Electives and enrichments, you can see technically we're baseline for 0.8 for art, music, PE, world language, and half for gifted, but we have staffed a whole teacher for art, music, PE. We did have to reduce our world language based on the budget, and then our gifted teacher is still a full FTE, so you can see the difference there. The ESOL area stayed the same. Paraprofessionals, with the reduction in kindergarten, that reduces a kindergarten paraprofessional. And then the non-instructional aid, we had a non-instructional security aid this year, but that will just be a non-instructional aid for next year. When we look at the area of school administration, nothing changed here. This is the way we have been staffed, and this is the way we want to continue for next year. When you look at student and school support, the only change here, we had to reduce our readers or leaders coach. So we reduced that position there. We do have a part-time counselor, which is what we currently have. And then you can see those turnaround positions. So like I spoke about before, based on our objectives, that SST intervention, clinical therapists, turnaround specialist for math, and a turnaround specialist for reading. Are there any questions about the staffing proposal? All right, now we'll move into non-staffing. So when I show you our budget, you'll see on the tabs, you'll see recommended. That's what the district has recommended to spend. You'll see our allocation and the difference. And so here you'll see we do have a reserve, and we'll talk about that in just a little bit. Teacher stipends, these stipends around planning and our leadership team, those department chairs that are on the leadership team that are not supported with a stipend from the district. You'll see we've allocated money for the custodian overtime as well as the resource officer. The teaching lab partnership that I discussed with building that teacher efficacy around literacy development. You'll also see our SAMs, that's what our administrative team uses with our schedules, as well as ensuring that we are supporting teachers each and every day based on the amount of time we're spending in classrooms. So that also goes with that teacher efficacy. A continued use of iExcel as well as Linexions for our unit assessments. We have allocated money for transportation for buses for field trips. You can see what we've allocated for teaching and materials and supplies, our media and supplies, as well as books other than text. That's our measuring up books to help our 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade, as well as 2nd grade, prepare for milestone in tutorial. Additionally, we increased our sub-budget. Our sub-budget was the district put 8 days. We jumped it up to 10 just to have that cushion, just in case. And then additional, the hourly business manager, you can see there, as well as the hourly teacher tutors for our after-school program. Any questions over the non-staffing?
Sorry, Dr. Horton, I have a question, but it was about the staffing.
Mm-hmm.
So if we lose a kindergarten teacher next year,
Mm-hmm.
how would that affect the students? Like, what would be the new class ratio for student to teacher?
It would stay under 20 students, probably about 20 or under 20 students.
And what is it currently?
It's currently, I believe each class has 14 kids in a class. 14
Okay,
or 15. I don't
I'm
know
just
exactly.
asking because I have a kindergartner next year.
Mhm.
So I
So
wanted to see how
typically,
that'll affect it.
I can pretty much tell you that whole first and second month of school, we probably had 10 or 12 kids in kindergarten in each class. So and I'm not sure if you got the communication that with the 2040 plan and our kids transitioning to Fickett, Deerwood, and Kimberly, now parents have that option to, if you have a kindergarten student, to start in your new school, but you would have to provide transportation. So that's another thing that may impact. I'm not sure how much it will, but if our numbers look different, then we'll have to make some adjustments. But typically, historically, we have not had high class sizes in kindergarten.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm. All right, any other questions before I move into the budget function? All right, so here on the screen, you can see the budget function. So you can see the account description and the FTE and how much of the budget has been allocated in that area. So I'll give you time just to orient yourself with the graph and the chart. Are there any questions? All right, now we'll move into a discussion of the reserve funds. So as I mentioned before, we have a reserve of $81,747. And with the reserve, typically around September, the beginning of September, if your enrollment has been reached, our budget is based on an enrollment of 300 students. This past year, just to kind of give you an idea, our budget was based on 368 students. So it's less 68 students. But once leveling occurs, and if we are able to get our reserve, we are proposing to continue implementing the whole child system of supports. We currently have an attendance clerk. We weren't able to keep that attendance clerk for next year, but if we're able to get those to reserves, to have a part-time attendance clerk. All right, so questions for the Go team to discuss. There's 4 questions on the screen for you to think about. Does the budget proposal support our objectives and lead to achieving our goals? If new positions or resources or programs are being added, what data or feedback supports these changes? What trade-offs being made and what trade-offs are being made? Are there any current programs or resources being adjusted or reduced? And if we are sharing staff positions, how will this affect student support and the service models? So we can discuss those questions now.
Dr. Horton, is there a way for us to see our strategic objectives again that we selected at the last meeting?
Yes, I'll bring those back up. Any thoughts, questions?
For the first question regarding, does the budget proposal support our school's strategic objectives and lead to achieving our goals? Um, I will say that they do align with the recommendations for next school year.
Okay, thank you, Tracy. Any other thoughts?
My thought is around staffing. Would it, based on the kindergarten numbers this year, wouldn't we have the same issue in the first grade for next year
Say it one more time.
with the staffing for the for staffing? My question is surrounding staffing. With the low numbers that we have in kinder this year, what does that look like for first grade next year? Because I noticed you still have 3 teachers for kindergarten next year.
Right. So if it happens to be where we have more kindergarten than first grade, we would have to shift. But typically, historically, first grade is one of our highest enrollment grade levels. It has been, since I've been here, over 20 kids in each class, even if our kindergarten was not. So once we start the school year, we see what leveling brings, then those adjustments can be made.
Okay.
Mm.
And Dr. Horton, that would just require a shift of the teacher to a different grade level, right?
Correct. Great questions. Any other questions or thoughts?
And it FTE, if the enrollment happens to be larger than we were projected for, will the district then support us possibly earning another teacher if that is necessary?
So typically what happens is you'll earn based on whatever the number, the increase, like I said, we're budgeted for 300 students. Let's say we end up getting 350, right? So they would calculate what that is per student. And then based on what you already have in your reserves, you'll be able to get your reserves and any additional funding that's needed. So technically, yes, like if we, do see an increase in enrollment and the class size is too large, based on whatever number we have, if that amount of funding is given, then we possibly could have another teacher. But when you look at our reserve, it's 81,000, and that's not enough for an additional teacher. But depending on how many students over enrollment we may have, you just don't know. But they do support ensuring that we can make sure that we are not over the max for each classroom.
Thank you.
Mhm. All right, I'll leave those 4 questions up again for just a minute. Any other thoughts or concerns with these 4 areas? All right, I will now entertain a motion to approve the draft budget. May I have a motion to approve the draft budget?
I motion that the draft budget be approved.
A second?
I second.
Thank you. All in favor, please say aye.
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 All opposed, please say nay. Any abstentions, please say abstain. All right. We do not have any information items on the agenda for today, but at our next meeting, Well, we're currently at the feedback meeting. Step 5 is the associate superintendent review. And then we will have staffing conference step 6, the week of February 23rd. And then we will meet again March 12th for our Go Team budget finalization meeting. March 12th at 4:30. All right, so announcements. Any announcements? One announcement I do have from the Go Team. So Go Team declarations are open. During the Go Team election, each school will find 2 parent or guardian seats and 2 instructional staff seats. And so you can, those of you who have not served 2 years can run again, or if you know anyone that wants to run and declare their candidacy, they can scan the QR code. I'll put this on our school website as well, or go to the link. Any other announcements? All righty. We have reached the end of our agenda. Is there any additional business at this time?
Yes, Dr. Horton, there is.
Thank you.
You were going to speed right past me, weren't you?
I was waiting.
So good afternoon to the Continental Colony Go Team. Thank you all so much. I've appreciated listening to the information in the Go Team meeting this afternoon. For those of you all who are sitting on the Go Team who are staff members, this is just a rinse and repeat of the information that we shared earlier today. So, pending board approval, Dr. Horton has agreed that after 10 spectacular years here at Continental Colony, that she is going to move up to higher ground and support at a different capacity at the district office. So again, pending board approval, Dr. Horton, and effective Monday, February the 23rd, she will no longer serve as the principal of Continental Colony, and she will begin her new journey in her career at the district level, supporting other leaders across the district, including Continental Colony. So we want to thank her for the 10 years that she has led this journey. I mentioned earlier to the staff that I have always been a fan of Dr. Horton's work from afar. Upon entering the district in 2017, myself being a turnaround school at a neighboring school within the district, we oftentimes had our paths cross because we had to do quite a bit of training to make sure that we got our schools on track. At one point in my career, I joked with her because she has such a brilliant mind.
Thank you.
Girl, when are you going to become my boss? And oddly enough, here we are. The tables have turned just a little bit, but just for a short period of time. So we are super excited for Dr. Horton. But we also are very sensitive to the fact that this is a difficult year or a challenging year. I don't want to say it's difficult in the least, in that we know that at the conclusion of next year, the board has approved that the Continental Colony will sunset. And so this lovely learning community, due to numbers and all of the things that were shared in APS 2040, we know that it has to come to a close. So we want to absolutely make sure that the trajectory that Continental Colony is on is handled in good care. Your data looks outstanding, and the work that you all are doing to ensure that the school comes off the list, as well as sustaining culture and climate, continues. And so with that, it is very befitting that we also announce that previous assistant principal, Mr. Chris Gramillion, is now going to support as the interim principal. So congratulations to Mr. Gramillion. We are very confident that he will continue the work to ensure that the school has a strong finish. In addition to that, instructional coach, Ms. Evans, will now support as the interim assistant principal at Continental Colony. So we wanted to make sure that although that we shared this with the staff, and a letter will go out to the community this evening. And also, Dr. Horton, we probably want to make sure that we post that letter on the website as well, for at least a week so that our families have the opportunity to know. But we are excited about this transition for Dr. Horton, as well as excited for Principal Gamillion and Assistant Principal Evans. And so with that, I will go ahead and turn it back over to Dr. Horton to see if she has any closing remarks.
Yes, thank you so much, Ms. Taylor. And like I said today to the staff, it has been a phenomenal 10 years. I started my career as a principal here at Continental Colony, and I've grown so much and learned from the community in all of the work that we have done. And you will be truly, I'm still connected. I'm still here if anyone needs me, but definitely this has been a phenomenal experience for me. This is the longest I've stayed in one place. And so it has been great. And like I said, I'm still here. You know, I poured my heart and soul into Continental Colony. And so I don't think I could ever fully leave. But thank you for all the support that you've shown me and worked alongside me to ensure that we were increasing life chances for kids. And Mr. Vermillion, did you want to say anything before I adjourn?
Yeah, sure. I'll say that I'm humbled today, and Dr. Horton has we're kind of like in a relay race where she has passed the baton to me, and I'm about to run that last leg to the finish line. So I'm excited about that, and I'm excited to help support the school and students in any way possible. You guys know that I have a open door policy that includes my parents as well. And what I think what resonates with me most is, and I shared this with some of the staff earlier today, is just that we're in a season of momentum, and I want to keep that going, and because of Dr. Horton and her leadership that she's put in place, she has running like a well-oiled machine, and so I want to continue that in that capacity. And so I look forward to putting in the work, finishing the year strong, and then starting out next year stronger. But yeah.
Yes, and I'm so proud of Mr. Comillion. Like I said, we've been together for 9 years, creating all the things that we have done. And so he's just going to keep that going here at Continental Colony. Thank you guys so much. And so that brings us to the end of our Go Team meeting. May I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Congratulations to you both.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Me.
And motion to adjourn the meeting.
Okay. A second?
I second.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Bye.
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say nay. Any abstentions, please say abstain. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. Our meeting is adjourned.